Now, we have a match on Saturday. The Serie A is back. It is a match which, fairly speaking, can we even lose points against Genoa? Like, you can see it from the stats on your screen right now. Genoa are the definition of a bad team. In the Serie A up to now, this season, they have only one win. And that win was against Cagliari. They've got 13 defeats, and every other match in the Serie A was a draw. They're currently 19th in the Serie A. Fairly speaking, can this match actually produce an upset? And many times I can see Roma possibly underestimating matches and losing points. I'm going to say it out loud. I cannot see Roma not winning this match. And on Saturday, I can only see one result. I cannot see a Genoa upset. I cannot see a draw. And fairly speaking, I cannot see a simple Roma win as well. I think on Saturday, it will be a battering. And I'm not just saying this because, I love Roma. I can see it happening. I don't think Genoa have the talent to even score against us. Now, lately in the defensive section, we've conceded a lot. And this is coming from a Roma fan. We've conceded bloody a lot. But Genoa just don't have the talent to hurt us. Now, over the course of this live stream, we'll examine them. I'm going to say my predicted 11, and we'll see how Roma approaches. Because I think out of everything today, the most important thing is how Roma will approach this match. Because it's obviously a match after an international break, which is bad, in a way. It's obviously good, it's positive, because the players who didn't join their national teams have rested. And now, there's another positive factor, because no national team has played. Basically, Italy was the only national team who recruited, because obviously Mancini wanted to have a kind of a very important meeting before the qualifications for the World Cup in March. But the teams didn't actually train, which is good, which means that the players are ready. Unlike other, international breaks, where players get tired because they play, this time they haven't played. They just went and trained and had... The most important thing of these international break was meetings for the Italian lads here at Roma. I don't even know. I think they were the only ones who went back to their national teams. I don't think Tammy went back to his English national team. I think it was just the Italian. I might be wrong here, but it was just a meeting, because Mancini obviously can't allow himself to not bring Italy in a World Cup for the second consecutive year, and especially after an amazing Euro 2020 this summer. So he needed this meeting, this very important meeting. The players are fresh, they haven't played. They are ready to start, they are ready to bang, their energies are back fit. And this is why I genuinely can't see a Genoa upset. Now, if it happens, this will probably get baited. This will probably get memed. But I can't see it happening. And it's just that feeling where you're convinced, where it's just coming from your heart. I can't see a Genoa upset. How Roma will approach this, obviously, is that fairly speaking, Roma are on a good run. Yes, we lost against Juventus, which is a match which will influence the rest of our season, and I'll speak about why. But generally, yes, we beat Lecce. Yeah, we're Lecce, but we're in the next round in the Coppa Italia, which, by the way, is next Tuesday in Milan against Inter Milan. We won against Empoli. The first half, where it was the best first half of the season. We're coming from a solid run. It could be better if we would have won against Juventus in that crazy match, but we're building. We're coming from 2 consecutive wins. And we have a series of matches where the only thing the players need to think about is winning. We cannot allow ourselves to even think about losing points against these clubs. So I think in general the momentum is good. Mourinho just had his birthday, his son's birthday. He had all his players relaxed. I think I think we're approaching this match very fresh, which I think is one of the key factors of why we will absolutely batter Genoa on Sunday. The players have had 2 weeks of break, 2 weeks of relax. Some of them have gone on holiday. Tammy's gone to Dubai. Dubai? Did I call it Dubai? Dubai. Some of them have remained in Italy. Verito has gone in, to, I think, in the mountains. most of them have had a solid break, refreshed. It's a good point to restart, because I always say this. Now it's the most important part of the season. This part from now on, from February to May, just is that part of the season which October, September, November we're like, oh fuck them. This is the most important part of the season. This is where we play all the competitions we're in. Coppa Italia next week, Serie A this weekend, Europa Conference League in a couple of weeks. Now from now on, concentration needs to be maxed, and concentration had to be maxed from the start of the season. But from now on, against small clubs, the only thing we need to do when we step in that pitch is, I'm getting the 3 points. I'm getting the 3 points. I'm getting the 3 points. And that is exactly how we should approach matches. So I think in general, there have been matches where Roma approached them way, way, way worse. The match after the match against Juventus, and compared to this, would have been psychologically tremendous. Players are refreshed. I think we'll approach this match in a good way. And as I said before, I can't see Genoa winning. I can't see Genoa even grabbing 1 point from the Olimpico. Because, I think another thing which Mourinho understands in a way, which brings me on to the argument of why I named this video, this live stream, Hunt to Juventus. And I'm going to say it myself, I'm going to be completely honest. If right now, the 3rd of February, I'll say Juventus are getting before us. Juventus are getting in a Champions League maybe. But be careful to this. I'm not saying Juventus are coming before us because of the transfer market they had. Juventus, right now, in my opinion, will come before us, not for the transfer market, because of the match we lost against them. And this is something which I think, it's my opinion on it. I think Juventus right now, if you ask me, are gonna come before us, not because they bought Vlahovic, Zakaria, but because we lost the big match against them. Because buying Vlahovic, buying Zakaria does not mean immediate success. It's the same deal with Mourinho, right? Yes, Vlahovic knows the Serie A. This doesn't mean that the second they buy Vlahovic has the same exact impact as he had against Fiorentina. I think the main reason of why Juventus are now in advantage of us is because we lost the big match against them. And I think it's something to clarify. Because yes, Juventus have been one of the most successful teams in this transfer market session. But it does not mean that the players they bought basically is automatic top 4 position. It's obviously a massive hit, a massive bonus. It will help them a lot. But it doesn't immediately mean I'm getting that top 4 position. Because fairly speaking, Juventus have played absolutely garbage. From September to February, they've played absolutely terrible football. I still can't figure out how we lost that match. They don't play good football. We lost that match because we stopped playing. Don't you think Juventus won that match because they showed their talent? Because Juventus played the most horrible match against us that humanity could ever see. We lost that match because we gave them the 3 points. Buying Vlahovic, yes, might result in better goals, might result in more goals, but the overall performance will be the same. The manager hasn't changed. 98% of the players haven't changed. So, yes, Juventus having both Vlahovic, having both Zakaria, does mean that they have a massive advantage over us. But it doesn't mean that they are not going to lose any big matches. They've got Verona at home on Saturday, which, frankly speaking, is a match they will win. But after that, they've got Atalanta, and they still need to play against AC Milan. They still need to play against Inter Milan. They still need to play against... they need to play against big clubs. So most of our big clubs are over. When it comes to big clubs, we only need to face Napoli and Lazio. They need to face a lot of big clubs. So right now, saying Juventus will beat us, Yes, I understand it, but it's not 100% confirmed, if you see what I mean. Because it doesn't mean, it's the same situation as us. Having bought Mourinho doesn't mean immediate success. And this is something we've talked about already. Having bought Vlahovic might result in better goals, but the overall performance remains the same. Vlahovic is not someone who is equivalent to 11 different players. He's someone who will head it in, who will kick it in, who will give you the goals. But the overall performance, frankly, to put this clear, my opinion is, if they face Inter Milan right now, they will lose. It's not just because they bought Vlahovic, they will win. I fairly speaking, totally honest with you, if they play Inter Milan right now, having bought Vlahovic and Zakaria, I think they will still lose. Because the overall performance doesn't change. So, yes, it's gonna be hard. Yes, it's, but we need to try. And obviously, if we continue to lose points against small clubs, forget it. But, just to give you an example, if we were to win tomorrow, after tomorrow, we would be 1 point from Juventus, which obviously, okay, let's pretend they're gonna win against Verona. We're back at 4 points, but then next week they're playing at Bergamo against Atalanta. The gap between us and them could be restricted, and this is something to think about. Now, the predicted 11 for Genoa, we have a couple of updates. Pellegrini was set to be back, but he trained by himself today. Mourinho's not too sure that he will risk him. We know that Pellegrini is, it's just, Pellegrini's very fragile, and this is something we've learned over the course of this season. So I can't see Mourinho risking him. Pellegrini always gets injured, so I think Pellegrini will rest again. He's not 100% fit. Do not risk these, especially in these matches where I think we can get over it even without Pellegrini. So, predicted 11. I think we will play with the same way we've played, the same scheme we've played against Empoli. I'm going to write this down because lately in my predicted 11s, I've been counting like 88 players, like 12 players. So let me write this down. So I do think, let me go back and see the lineup against Empoli, because I think it'll be fairly similar. At least the scheme will be very, very similar in my opinion. Against Empoli, we were playing with a 3-4-1-2, and I think it's the exact same way we'll approach the match against Empoli. More balance on the attack, obviously, because Genoa are absolutely awful. The statistics on the screen prove everything. They have won one match in the Serie A this season. This is where I'm going. We can't afford ourselves to lose or even draw against them on Saturday. But Rui Patricio in goal, fairly speaking, very easy to call. My three defenders will be Mancini, Smalling, and Ibanez. Now, when I say Genoa are a very bad team, this is something which we must not get wrong, which is to underestimate them. So yes, I can see Kumbula being inserted in this three at the back, but we're back after the break. Players are fresh. We have got Inter Milan on Tuesday, which is a very important match. So you know what? I think Smalling might rest, and Kumbula might play. Because Smalling is very injury prone, and I might put Kumbula in this just because we've got Inter on Tuesday, which is very important. It could go either way. Because players are fresh, So you know what? I'm gonna remove Smalling and put Kumbula in just for that reason. But I won't be surprised if Mourinho chooses Smalling. So I'm going to put Ibanez, Kumbula, and Mancini in. Kumbula has shown incredible confidence in these last couple of matches, so why not start him? I'm going to put Ibanez, Kumbula, and Mancini, my three at the back. Obviously, with I'm going to put Korstop on the right hand side. Midfielder will be complete. Korstop on the right hand side, and Maitland-Niles. I think Maitland, after the first half against Empoli, Maitland-Niles has very, very good potentials to start over Vigna until Spinazzola's back. Something I want to talk about Spinazzola at the end of the stream. Stay tuned, because we've got good and bad news about Spinazzola. So stay tuned until the end of the stream, because let me say my predicted 11 and then I'll talk about something. Maitland-Niles on the right-hand side, and I think Vigna will rest. Vigna's dropped, and Karsdorp on the right-hand side. And then I'm going with Oliveira and Veretout in the middle. I think Cristante did start against Empoli, but I think Cristante and Veretout now need to have a balance. You know, Oliveira has made it clear that he'll start. Pellegrini has made it clear that he'll start. Mkhitaryan is on incredible form. You know, yes, Veretout is on a bad form, but I do think Cristante and Veretout will play. Both of them will play. So I'm going to put Veretout this match because Cristante started against Empoli. I'm going to put Mkhitaryan, Mickey, behind Tammy for sure. Tammy didn't even rest against Lecce in the Coppa Italia. He's definitely starting this match. And I think Zaniolo will start. I think Felix could start, but basically Zaniolo and Abraham played absolutely incredibly against Empoli. And fairly speaking, Genoa is even worse than Empoli. So I could see Felix in, maybe to... obviously we know what happened with Felix in the first round when we played in Genoa. He scored... It was a Star is Born. So I'm going to put Zaniolo just because Felix might get subbed in later. So yeah, Tammy, Zaniolo, Mickey, Maitland-Niles, Oliveira, Veretout, Karsdorp, Ibanez, Kumbulla, Mancini, and Rui Patricio at the back. Now, I mean, before speaking to you guys about an important thing which, you know, came out yesterday, let's examine Genoa, because they are a bad team, but, you know, biggest threats, as we always do. In my opinion, their biggest threat, which I think is only one. We've got two ex-Roma players, Destro and Calafiori on loan, obviously. So Calafiori, it's good to see him start against us, against the team he supports, against the team he grew up with, against, you know, the team he is a Roma player. He's just on loan at Genoa. So Calafiori's there. It's not their biggest threat though, because he's a defender. Their biggest threat is Destro, ex-Roma player, and I would say they've got a fast player under the names of Ekuban. So yeah, these two are the biggest threats. But to be honest with you, we won't have any problems with them if we're concentrated. And if we copy the first half of Empoli and paste it against Genoa, then we can score double the amounts of goals we scored in the first half against Empoli, because they are so bad. I can't stress this enough. I don't want to jinx anything, but they are bad. And this is a preview, and I can't say they're good because I would be lying. They are absolutely bad. 1 win, 13 defeats, 19th in the league for the most historic and ancient club in this area is a disgrace. They have got a new manager. He won to debut in the best way possible, which could put extra pressure on us. But either way, I can't see this going other way. We will win. I'm going 3-0 Roma, and I can't see us conceding as well. Is Spinazzola back for Genoa? This is the question I'm going to build on. Unfortunately, he's not back for Genoa. Yesterday, Mourinho has announced the list for the Europa Conference League, which obviously he gets obviously a chance to add new players in, which weren't part of the first list in the first part of the season. One of these players is Felix. Oliveira got added in. Maitland-Niles got added in. And Spinazzola got added in. Bad news is that a couple of months ago, we were saying Spinazzola would be back the 7th of December. A few months after, we've said Spinazzola would be back towards mid-February, in a couple of weeks. Lately, I've been reading and I've been listening to some journalists in which their opinion says that Spinazzola will not get back until the end of the season, which is drastic news. But the fact Mourinho added him in the Europa Conference League list is more than positive, because it means Mourinho himself had a discussion with him, had a discussion with his doctors, and they came to an agreement that he will be back by the end of the season. Otherwise, why would Mourinho waste the spot for someone who he knows wouldn't start and maybe give a chance to an academy player or a starting 11 player? Spinazzola followed this, rumor. I think will be back by the end of the season and might start, not in the match which, we will play in the Conference League in a couple of weeks, but in later rounds if we were to qualify. Now, the qualifiers for the Europa Conference League next round, which we're obviously not playing, are being played the 17th of February. So obviously that's something to watch, us Roma fans, for the teams to look ahead and anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, preview, match we have to win, no wasting points, predicted 11. Just to recap, Rui Patricio in goal, Mancini, Kambula and Ibanez in defence. Smalling will rest for Tuesday against Inter Milan. Very big match. Ainsley, Maitland-Niles, Oliveira, Vertu and Korsdorp in my 4 midfielders. Mkhitaryan behind Tammy and Zaniolo. Let's read some comments and then I will officially end the stream. We have a history of losing or drawing against poor teams this season. I agree, but they are just not like Venezia, for example, in compared to them, or Real Madrid. Sampdoria in compared to them, or Tottenham Hotspur. You know, they are very bad. I mean, I can't see us losing points. I'm not gonna say it anymore because we will then eventually be losing points. I'm gonna shut up because otherwise I'll jinx everything. But fairly speaking, I think we'll win. I think it'll be a 3-0 win. I hope we get to see Mickey, Sergio, Pellegrini midfielder trio. That is gonna be magic. We have performed poorly after a break. The vibes are good. We have the winning mentality now. Since Sergio came, we actually are controlling games. I'm very positive. Need to have the starting 11 to get kicking the 3 points. Can't beat on our subs. I think Ainsley should play in the midfield instead of Cristante and Vertu. That's a good shot. That's actually a very interesting thing. There's some news if Spinazzola comes back. What a player. Would rather he makes sure he's 100%, but would love to see Spina back for World Cup too. I mean, as an Italian person, mate, we're not getting in the World Cup. We are not getting in that World Cup, which is ridiculous after the amazing summer we had, but we're not getting it. I just can't see for what football has become, which is all about sponsors, all about money, all about fans buying tickets and linking to money. Fairly speaking, I cannot see the UEFA Association, the referee association, not letting Cristiano Ronaldo join the World Cup for his last time. It's not going to happen. They will let Cristiano Ronaldo through. And Italy will not go to the World Cup this year as well. Which is ridiculous for us because we should have concluded everything before. But, we decided not to score against Northern Ireland. We decided not to score against Switzerland. Jorginho decided to miss 2 penalties. Well, what do you expect? You have to take your chances. So, yeah. I mean, I don't think they'll go in. Because they'll let Ronaldo get through. Sam, that title is giving false hope to Roma fans. Our squad is top 6 at best. I agree, but I can see it. As I said before, we need to fight. I might change it, but we need to fight. And we're just 4 points from Juventus. It's not that big of a deal. They've got their big matches coming up soon, so it could happen, but it's gonna be hard. Simon, did you hear about Zaniolo might leave in the summer? Yeah, I mean, we've had a live stream a couple of days ago. I think it's possible. I think it's not possible. I think it's all on him. I mean, it's literally all on him. It's not about other clubs offering money. It's all on him. We need to expect what he thinks. We need to wait until his final decision. But lads and lasses, I'll catch you tomorrow for Mourinho's press conference reaction. And on the weekend, we have got live watch along. It's a weird kickoff. It's at 3 p.m. Italian time, 2 p.m. UK time. So wherever you're from, figure it out. Set a reminder on your calendars. And match. We've got a match back after the international after break. And hopefully we need to win. We have to win. We need to get the 3 points. We need to put pressure on Juventus. And I'll catch you tomorrow. If you're new here, please subscribe, lads and lasses. We're like 25 subscribers away from 2K. So please subscribe if you're new. If you're watching this, share the link with your families and friends. Like the last stream as soon as it becomes a video. And subscribe to my second channel. All about travel vlogs. I've got good plans on that as well. The link is in the description below. So subscribe.